Hey, I'm your host, Anthony Tank Mansfield, and with me today is,
Brad Brooks.
and this is What You Into.
What you into? What you into?
All right, Brad, man. First off, thanks for coming to the basement. Thank you for being a part of this series, listener. If this is your first one, this is the third of a 6-part series with High Grain that I'm doing, talking to staff, chefs, and brewers. And Brad, I was really stoked when you agreed to do this as one of the brewers over there. I was like, all right, cool. I get to talk to one of the super cool guys today.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, super stoked to be here. Really excited to talk to you for a couple hours and just jam on a couple beers and yeah, absolutely.
Talk some beers, talk some fishing. Sounds like that goes hand in hand. I feel like beer and fishing is a good combo.
Yeah, one of the most classic combinations in existence is drinking beers and going fishing.
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly, fishing and beer, definitely two things that go together really
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
Well, we're definitely going to jump into that today. Let's get plugs out of the way real quick. So, listener, you know where to find me at Neil to No One on Instagram, and at neiltoknoone.com is the website. And then for you, I got down here for your IG, Bread_Brooks.
Yep.
All right. And
That's
then
me.
And then also for the IG, High Grain Brewing, and the website highgrainbrewing.com. And yeah, man, so let's get into the opening segment real quick. Like, brewing, like, how and why did you become a brewer?
Yeah, so it's a funny story. I was, figuring out what I wanted to do with my life. I was 20 years old and born and raised in Baltimore. The like basically what I was doing, I was bartending a lot and trying to look for new like avenues to make some money basically. And one of my regulars came up to me. He said, "Hey, like, going to like my boss is opening up a brewery. Would you be interested in checking that out?" And I was like, "Hell yeah."
Sure, man.
Like, I'm down for that. So we go up to the brewery. I start talking to their head brewer, a guy named Mike, and we kind of started talking, and I mentioned him, like, I'm looking for a job, and if he's interested in hiring. He kind of like brushed me off and said, "Okay, cool, yeah, I'll call you." And as he was doing this, he was putting stickers on kegs. So well, Key Brewing knew which kegs were theirs. And so I looked at him and I was like, "Do you want some help putting
I can slap stickers.
putting stickers on those kegs?" I can definitely do that. So yeah, I then started putting stickers on kegs. We got to talking. By the end of the big stack of stickers I had a job.
Nice.
So yeah, started there. Then went to decided I was going to get serious about it. Went to school. I went to the school called the Siebel Institute, which is they've been around for over probably like right around 100 years. To where many great brewers in this country have graduated from Siebel. And my time at Siebel took me to Germany, which I was there for like 6 months.
Cool.
I studied how to make lager beer in the homeland of lager beer. and it was awesome, and I would do it again tomorrow if I could.
That sounds like it'd be a very cool thing to do again tomorrow.
Yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, I did that. I lived in Germany for a while, lived in Chicago for a while, studying and learning about beer. I get back. I was I found a job posting for Braxton. While I was in school, I was sent them a message saying like, hey, here's my resume and everything.
Yeah, looking for a job. You're
yeah.
looking for a brewer. What can we do?
Yeah. How can we make this work?
How can we make this work? And so you weren't beer brought you to Cincinnati, like brewing brought you here.
Yeah, effectively, I was dating somebody that was moving to Louisville, so I wanted to get somewhere close to Louisville. And then I ended up here. Worked at Braxton for 3 years. Was the head brewer there.
Wow.
And COVID happened. Jobs got cut, and I was one of those people who got cut. Still love Braxton. No hard feelings there. I understand, but then I was jobless for a little bit, which was pretty fun.
You were looking for a port in the storm. Wait, no, it's pretty fun. You were like sarcastically fun. You were like, you know what? I kind of took a sabbatical and it was okay.
No, it was awesome. I've been working since I was like 14, and I've never had like several months off from a job, so it was actually pretty nice.
Like, this is not bad.
Yeah, so I kind of chilled on that for a second. In my searches for a new job, I applied for a teaching position at Cincinnati State,
Oh, cool.
which is what I also do now. I teach brewing production and advanced brewing production in the Cincinnati State brewing program, which is super fun, really rewarding. Meet a lot of young aspiring brewers who want to make a difference in the brewing community, and if I can help Cincinnati make better beer in any way, shape, or form, I'm all about it. So
Well, and that seems like a great spot to be in to help make that happen, where you got people that are coming here to learn and they want to learn the right way, and you're there to teach them the right way and to help them make good beer from the jump.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good thing to have. Yeah, it seems like that program has been really successful, and everything I've heard about it from people that have went there or just breweries in general that work with the program seems to be everything's positive.
yeah, there's a lot of fantastic brewers in Cincinnati that have come out of that program and all over the country. So like, I think what that program is doing great things for Cincinnati beer and for obviously the brewers as well. Super rad, and I'm really really happy to be a part of it.
Nice. Do you have like any? Do they have like any kind of thesis projects that they do or anything? I mean, I know they're not getting like a doctorate, but something like that, where like there's a final thing you have to do where you got to make like your own style of beer, like your
Yeah,
own
so
thing?
I team them up, my students. What I mean by them, yeah. So I team up my students and I have them, at least for my class, work like create your own recipe, and then we'll see it all the way through. So we just got a new system there, so still working out some kinks with that, but yeah, we've had some really interesting beers come out of that program, and like brew whatever the hell you want to brew. Like this is your time to shine, and it's about learning. So like if your beer sucks, you're not gonna you're not going to get a failed grade on it. But that is definitely part of the program is making your own beer and designing a recipe on that system. 'Cause these systems are pretty intricate, and like the amount of water that you use, the amount of grain that you use, it plays a like really big role in it. So it's fun to allow these students to just kind of have a ball with it.
Try what they want to make.
Yeah.
Are they your students like? Do you see like recurring themes where is it like do a bunch of them want to like make hazies and pastry stouts, or is it kind of across the board? Like some people are like, I want to make German inspired lagers, and other people are like, I'm totally into sours. Like, how do the students approach it?
Yeah, that part is really cool. It's all over the place. Like I was totally expecting everybody to be making pastry stouts and heavily hopped IPAs, but one of my students last semester made a lemongrass saison. I've had a catnip triple, black tea English mild,
Whoa,
like all over the place,
that's super cool.
which was really really fun for us to brew, and it was really really fun for them. They were super stoked on it, and I'm happy when my students are making beer that they want to brew and making beer that they want to drink, and it's just been a fun experience all around.
Well, let's take the teacher hat off for a second. What do you like making? Like what kind of beers do you currently enjoy?
The beers, so like beers that I currently enjoy are lagers, like clear, crystal clear lagers. When I'm not drinking high grain beer or at a brewery drinking their fresh beer, I'm usually drinking Miller High Life. Like it's my favorite beer.
Dude, it's such a good beer. Like
It's so easy.
it's so easy, and you can drink a lot of them. That's the other great part
Yeah.
about it is it's not like you're on a budget where you're like, okay, I can if I get 4 of these. It's like no, you can just keep drinking. Like
Yeah,
we're gonna hang out for a while.
High Life is $2 or $3 at
Yeah.
whatever bar I go to usually. Easy to drink. It's like drinking water basically.
Come in a variety of packaging options.
Yeah.
You can just get the regular 12-ounce boys. You can get them in the classic clear bottle. You can get them in 40s, like across the board.
Have you seen the champagne bottle that they have?
I have, which is pretty sick.
Incredible.
Way to market.
Incredible.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they sure do. They've been around the block a time or two.
Yeah, for sure. Well, okay, so like when you're making lagers, man, like are you concentrating on stuff like do you have a favorite of the lagers that you make, or do you just like across the board?
Yeah, so lager is a pretty broad category. There's two main families of beer. There's ales and there's lagers. And it all depends on like what type of yeast you are using and your like fermentation temperature basically. I really like lagers that are yellow, clear, and bubbly. like what people think beer tastes like. Those are the types of beer I like to drink.
I enjoy making and drinking beer flavored beer. It's like,
Yeah.
yep, yes indeed.
Yeah, but that said, I'm also a huge hop head. I think one of my personal strong suits is brewing like good classic IPAs. I also love IPAs, and IPA has turned into this thing where it's like, what kind of IPA?
Yeah, it's really expanded what it is
Yeah.
now too. Because definitely the West Coast IPAs of old are not
Yeah.
like people are still making them, but it's not what you think. Now when you say IPA, it's like a whole other thing because now you start getting into dry hop and hazy and milkshake and you
Yeah.
know and then you start getting like, well, there's reds and there's black and you know and like all
Yeah.
these different variations. And it's like, well, is it now are we talking single or double or triple hop? It's just it's ballooned into a whole thing.
I typically like to stay on in the realm of like classic style IPAs. I mean, I've done, you know, triple dry hopped lactose IPAs, and I think one of the best beers that I've ever made was just a classic West Coast IPA. You know, 100 IBUs, absolute ripper. Like it's just a really good beer that I make, and people seem to love it. And but messing around with some of that fun like triple dry hop stuff is also like a really really fun thing to do because like you're creating new challenges for yourself and you don't want to be stagnant. You don't want to be making the same beer all the time and coming up with new recipes is A, fun, and B, like when you see like a tap room full of people on a Monday night like tonight, I'm looking out in the tap room, it's full of people and they're all slamming my beer and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel when people come up to you and they're like, I love your beer? Like, what does that do for you?
It makes me so happy. Like that's why I do what I do. It's like I want people to have fun while they. I'm a big proponent of fun.
I'm endorsing fun.
I'm endorsing fun.
I would like to sponsor fun.
And if I can help facilitate more fun, then like I'm all about it.
Hell
So,
yeah, dude.
You know, I love throwing parties. I love bringing like an atmosphere of fun and it just so happens that my job title can help facilitate fun, like nobody says like, oh, let's get like you want to go out and like grab a couple glasses of whiskey. Like, no, people say like, hey, let's go hang out, grab a couple beers, and I make beer.
Nice.
And people like it, which is cool.
I feel like you're in the right spot, and I also feel like the fun thing is definitely from the series. I had suspicion before, but now after hanging out with a bunch of you guys, fun seems to be a common thread of High Grain, where people do want things to be fun. Because it is. Whenever I go over there, like it's very chill, it's very nice. Everybody's very fun, and people seem to want to be there.
Yeah,
which
right.
I've definitely been to places where it doesn't seem like people want to be there, so it's refreshing to see that where like everybody's like happy and like no, we're having a good time.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun at High Grain, and between Matt and I, we have fun. We definitely have fun.
Well, look, man, let's switch gears and talk about another place to have fun. Let's talk about some fishing. So,
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
So when we first, so when I sent out the thing to you, I was like, "Hey, man, like, do you like have a collection? You got any hobbies you're into?" And you were like, "I fish," and I'm like, "Gold mine," because like I had never had anybody on the show to talk fishing before. I also enjoy fishing,
Hell
so
yeah.
I was like, "All right, cool. Let's sit down and chat." So, well, first off, like, how did you start fishing? Like, where were you? How'd you get into it?
Yeah. So growing up, we lived, real close to this golf course. I'm one of three. I've got an older sister and a younger brother.
Okay.
My dad's a big golfer, and I am also a very competitive person, right? So like super super competitive. My brother and my sister were really, really good at golfing, and I was not. And so I kind of shut down on the whole golf thing.
Yeah.
And they would go out and like, play golf, and I'd bring my rod, my reel, my tackle box, and I'd go fishing
In the water traps?
in the golf course pond while they're fishing.
Was anybody else doing this?
No, it's just me.
All right, cool. You're a trailblazer. How old are you when you're doing this?
Like 8.
Yeah, they're fucking they're gonna
Yeah,
stop. You.
yeah. Like,
you're gonna catch them.
are you gonna tell this little kid to stop fishing?
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
Yeah. Was the pond stocked?
Yeah, it was stocked with smallmouth.
No way.
Yeah, fully stocked with smallmouth bass. And I'd just be like sitting there, rod and reel, just like nailing fish, tossing back in, bam, 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 and it was awesome.
Were you self-taught, or did somebody like teach you like how to bait hooks and stuff, or how did this work?
Yeah, I mean, like my dad definitely taught me how to like put a worm on a hook,
Right.
and how to tie a knot, but like other than that, it was just like,
You just started going,
yeah, I just started going.
and so it was just like you beside a pond for hours at a time as a child,
Yeah,
and
yeah, just hanging out.
just chilling.
Just hanging out, catching fish, throwing them back in the water.
Did you keep this going through high school?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't get as much. I don't get out as much as I probably should, but it's definitely like an obsession of mine. Is so like when I started out, I was doing like the classic like rod and reel, spinner rod
Yep.
or spinner reel, sorry. And then in high school, I got into fly fishing.
Oh shit! I've never done fly fishing. How was that?
There is not a more electric feeling than catching a fish on a fly rod.
Really?
Like, to me, no. It's the best.
What's I mean, so I know the casting's different, but like what's the difference in feeling between being on like a standard rod and a fly fishing rod?
Yeah, so like with a fly fishing rod, you have it's super super thin at the very top. You're going from a very large gauge to a very very fine gauge rod, and it's super sensitive. You can feel a fish swimming by your fly.
Whoa.
Like you can feel everything. And so that fish lands on that fly, and you set your hook, you can feel that fish doing everything in the water. You set the hook, and it's go go go.
Game on.
Yeah, fly reels. There's or standard like spinner reels. There's like, it helps you like reel the fish in.
Right.
A fly reel is about the size of a coaster, and it's awkwardly placed. When you're spin fishing, you're casting the lure. Mm-hmm. When you're fly fishing, you're casting your line. So like all the weight that you're throwing out there is in your line. That's why that's that weird like funky flowing cast.
Yeah.
So you back it up, pull it forward, back it up, pull it forward, and cast. That's why fly fishermen are doing it that way, is because you're throwing your line all the way out there, and that's part of the beauty and the fun of it.
What are you fishing for when you're fly fishing?
Typically trout.
Trout.
Yeah.
Right on.
Not a lot of great trout fishing around here.
I was gonna say, where are you doing this at?
There's a couple of places in northern Kentucky. There's a I don't want to tell.
You don't got to give it away. You can just be like, if you know, you know.
There's a place near NKU.
You said too much already.
It's near NKU. There's really good trout fishing right up there, but um, I won't say anything more.
There you go. Yeah, you got to keep those honey holes secret. You can't give them this
Yeah,
away.
right.
So was that like when you were traveling in, you were living in like Germany and Chicago? Was that a thing you'd have to do? Is like find ponds to go fish in and find other places?
Unfortunately, I didn't do a lot of that when I was traveling and in school. School was pretty demanding, so I didn't really have a whole lot of time for fun stuff. But I mean, I'm a pretty big like outdoorsman. I love hiking, love camping, you know, whitewater rafting. If it's outside and in the woods,
You're into it?
I'm usually into it. Yeah.
I enjoy it as well, man. I definitely something I got into later in life was hiking. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so like I took the woods for granted just because it was just always near me.
Sure.
And then after like living in cities for multiple decades, and I was like, oh shit, it really is nice to get out where at night it's dark.
Yeah.
It's not like living in a city where it's just filled with light pollution. There's always
Yeah,
something on.
I can see the fucking stars.
You can see the stars, yes. And you also there's not like just random noises like sirens and shit blaring
Yeah.
by you at all times of the day. Like you're just actually kind of still and it's peaceful and you're just like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's so important to me, like just like being able to like be outside.
Yeah, it
And
definitely
be in the woods.
it definitely helps to recharge you. I
Yeah.
think it does. I think
Absolutely.
I think it helps to kind of calm, breathe, and it really is at this point, like again, from living in cities, it is a very alien feeling, and not in a bad way, in a good way, to be out in the woods.
Yeah.
Because it's so different from your day to day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I I'd spend the rest of my life out in the woods if I could, like my dad and I are his retirement plan is to do the Appalachian Trail, and we just started planning our trip to do the whole damn thing.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
starting up in Maine and heading south to Georgia,
So you're just like you're hiking this entire thing?
doing the whole thing.
Dude.
6 months.
So I was going to say, that's going to be some time.
6 months.
That's going to take a while.
Hopefully, High Grain lets me take a little sabbatical.
Yeah, like guys, I'll be back, but me and the old man, we got to do this once in a lifetime trip. You understand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they want me back, then then they don't really have a choice, I guess.
You're like, look, I'm going on vacation. We can either call it sabbatical or we can call it I'm working
Yeah.
someplace else when I get back. Anyways, I'm going on this trip.
Either way, I'm doing it. But I think they'll be cool with it.
They like fun. They get it.
Yeah.
They understand how
Yeah.
fun this is going to be.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, so you talked a little bit about trout fishing here locally. Where do you have ponds that you go to? Or are you casting lines out into the fucking Ohio River? Like where?
I would not. I'm not big on the Ohio River.
It's terrifying.
It's gross.
It is so nasty. I can't believe I swam in that thing one time when I was a kid. Like, look, 10 fingers, 10 toes, nothing grew. But, dude, I would be grossed out if like I fell off a boat into the Ohio River today.
I was at the Bunbury Music Festival a couple years ago, and people were like wading around the Ohio River. I was like, y'all ain't from here.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's nasty.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, good. Yeah. Hey, enjoy stepping on like a random car door
Yeah,
or whatever,
right.
wherever the hell else is in there. Oh, not to mention like all the oil and shit that comes off the boats that goes directly into the water. Like, it's
Yeah.
nasty.
Gnarly.
Yeah, I would not do that. Yeah, there is a thing where, and maybe it's just, I don't know if it's a drunk people thing or what, but if people are partying and there's a body of water, they will end up in it. Not everybody, but there's some humans that will.
I was at my buddy's lake house this past weekend. The date was January 14th. So if you guys are listening to this at a later date, January 14th, it was like 30 degrees outside. It was Williamstown Lake, just right over the river in Kentucky. And somebody told me I wouldn't jump in the lake.
Oh.
And I was like, I've had enough beers. I will jump in that lake.
I'm insulated.
I sure did. And man, it was cold.
Was that a mistake?
Sobered up real quick.
Did you wade in or did you jump in?
I was with like one of my friends and we're like standing there like, all right, we gonna do this? I was like, I'm doing it. And I just jumped in, got out real quick. Talk about like thermal shock. I got real cold real fast. And then I went into this hot tub that was rolling and then, dunked my feet in. I was like, oh,
So much better.
so much better. It's like, polar opposites. It was pretty fun though.
I think that's the way you got to go with super cold water is you can't wade in. You got to make the jump.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's going to suck either way. But if you start wading in and then it's death by 1,000 cuts, whereas it's just one big gadoosh and it's done. And you're like,
just
okay.
one big death.
Yeah. Just one big, okay, here we are. And then, exit from there and it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would definitely take that over the Ohio River any day of the week.
Yeah. It's a nice lake.
Nice. Well, so what about like equipment? Like what are you using nowadays to fish with when you're out, like just are you mainly now or okay, let me ask this. Are you splitting time between regular like spinner rods and fly fishing or is there one over the other that you favor?
I've not used a spinner rod in probably 5 or 6 years.
Really?
Yeah, I pretty much solely do fly fishing now.
All fly all the time?
Yeah. It's a lot more fun for me. We were talking about beer and fishing. When you got a spinner rod, you can toss that thing out, drink like 2 or 3 beers before you catch a fish. Mm-hmm. With fly fishing, it is you are tricking the fish into thinking that the little pieces of hair and that's tied to a hook on the end of your line is a bug. And so like you have to be super, super active with it. Mm-hmm. And so there's not a whole lot of beer drinking when you're fly fishing. There's beer drinking before and after. Yeah. But there's not while you're doing it.
But in the act of, you're like, okay, it's serious time right now.
Because you got to be on. Like, like I'm tricking this fish. I'll smoke a cigar while I'm doing it, but I won't be crushing beers.
You got to trick these trouts.
Yeah.
You gotta let them think you're playing the part of a bug right now.
Yeah, right.
You gotta be in bug brain.
And what's really cool about trout is like they're like these dumb, lazy fish. And they'll hang out right underneath this rapid. It's like fish while they're moving around, that's how they breathe. So they hang out underneath these rapids, like rapids, we'll call them with quotes. But like they hang out in this like fast water area because they're so lazy that they don't want to swim around to get their oxygen.
So they're just chilling, and because the rapid's going over top of them, that's allowing them to. So they're just couching it. They're just like completely chilling.
They're just like chilling out, like hanging out.
And then a free lunch comes by.
But yeah, lunch lands right in front of them. They will jump out of the water to get after it.
Really?
They're lazy, but when they go after it, they go after it. It's really, really fun. Really, really fun catching trout. Also, like, big thing that I'm into like fish conservation. So I only use barbless hooks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's easy in, easy out for these fish.
Well, so break it down for me and the listener. Like, what's the difference between a barb hook and a barbless hook?
So like your typical fishing hook has that, it's the fishing hook shape, and then it has a barb on the end, and what the barb does is help lock in the hook, right? And so like it's really really difficult for the fish to pull it out. With a barbless hook, it just slips right in and it slips right out. Easier on the fish, less less harm less harm to the fish as well. So and then if I buy hooks that have barbs on them, I always push them down because I want the fish to be happy, and I want the fish to be safe, and I want to be able to keep fishing. And if I kill all the fish, then I won't be able to fish anymore. So having that is super important.
Nice. I like the fact that you're thinking of it because that is one I do. That is the one part of fishing I do feel bad about. Is whenever I do catch them, I'm like, man, I'm sorry. I just like gave you, like a snake bite piercing.
Yeah, right.
That was not my intention, but here we are.
Yeah.
So to make it where it's like not as awful for them, that's a big plus.
Yeah. So fly fishing specifically, my great uncle Joe Brooks, he wrote the book on fly fishing.
What?
He wrote 12 books about fly fishing.
There's 12 books on. He's got a series.
He has a full series on fly fishing.
My man's got an omnibus of fly fishing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like there's this legendary fly fisherman named Lefty Cray. Lefty Cray he's a Baltimore legend, owned this legendary fly fishing shop in Baltimore, Tochterman's. If you Google fly fishing, you'll find Lefty Cray's name somewhere. My uncle taught him how to fly fish.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So fly fishing in my family has this like very, very long history. My dad was a fly fisherman. My uncles are really, really great fly fishermen. They actually filmed a documentary
Cool.
about fly fishing. It's called Finding Joe Brooks. It's a great documentary. It's all about fly fishing and all about my great uncle Joe. Pretty cool stuff.
Nice, man. That's awesome. That's so. I didn't know I was getting into this level of fish talk tonight.
I mean, I'll throw a line out and barely catch a fish, but these guys are legit.
Nice. What So are you to the point with fly fishing? Are you making your own lures and stuff?
Yeah. I've definitely made my own flies. It's really fun. It's really, really tedious. I don't have the time to do it anymore, but I've got all the equipment, and I've caught fish on flies that I've made. And it's really, really cool.
So okay, so let's explore this because there's reoccurring themes on this show dealing with like hobbies and collections. You start to find overlap in no matter what it is. There's like people like there's quantity collectors and quality collectors and things of that nature. And,
Sure.
And then there's different levels of hobby of investment where like you sometimes you get into a hobby, then like once you kind of master one part, you start getting into the really niche parts of it. This seems like one of those where it's like it's not just like, hey, I enjoy fly fishing and I could just go out and buy this, but it's like, no, I got to build my own thing. It's almost like you're like making your own katana if you're a fucking ninja.
Yeah,
like
right.
so like why is this a reoccurring thing with fly fishermen where they like will start to make their own flies?
Well, because you're like, oh, I can do it better. It's I mean, like, kind of why I'm into beer. Like, oh, that's a good beer. I bet I can do it better.
So
and then you go out and you fuck around and you find out that you're right or you're wrong, right?
so wait, is this competitive Brad coming out in this moment?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I found out that I've caught flies or I've caught fish on my own flies a handful of times, and I cannot do it better than people who are really really good at it.
I tried, and
Yeah, I
no,
tried. Not that good.
not that good.
I still have all the stuff.
What
And it's fun messing around with cool different patterns and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, so like, what are you looking for in a good fly? Like, is it the length of it, the color of it? Like, what makes a good fly?
Well, it depends on what you're fishing for, right? So like it depends on seasonality of of where you're fishing. It's I've not made a lot of flies, right? So I was just doing like there's this classic fly called a woolly bugger, and it's a super easy fly to make, and it's a great fly for somebody who's learning how to make flies to start with. And so I made about a half a dozen woolly buggers, and I'd be out there casting them, and nothing.
Just dead.
Nothing.
These fish are like, yeah, no.
And so, I'm cutting it off my tippet, and I throw a new one on. Like, all right, maybe this one will work. Because none of them look the same.
Yeah.
Like, they were all, big, small, whatever.
You're just, I'm trying to figure this out right now.
Yeah. And so, honestly, like, what I do is if I'm fishing in an area, I'll go to a fly shop and say, what should I buy? and and they'll give me a box of flies. I'm like, cool, here's money for that. I'm gonna go fish.
All right. Oh man. Okay, you just opened another rabbit hole door here.
Okay.
Okay. I just love the fact you casually drop it. You're like, you go to the local fly shop. It's like, bro, I could not tell you where a fly shop exists. But it makes sense again where it's like, oh, it's like a record shop or something like that. Like it's a hobby.
Yeah.
People are into it. There's enough people that are demanding a brick and mortar store somewhere.
Yeah.
And so there's fly shops.
Yeah. There's a couple in Milford, a couple in Kentucky. Like, there's great spots. People are always there. Really, really cool. I have to Google their name every time I go there.
That's okay.
but that's what they are. They're great fly shops. I also buy a lot of flies online. And yeah, I think I was in Glenwood Springs, Colorado a couple of years ago, and I was right on the river, and I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna be sitting on the Colorado River, and there's fly shops around, and there's no way that I'm not gonna fish this river.
You got to do it.
and the person that I was with at the time had a bunch of other stuff that they had to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, cool. Got up 5:00 in the morning. Got my thermos full of coffee, my thermos full of water. Walked to the spot in the river. Sparked up a cigar, and just jammed and stood in the river. Luckily it was the summertime, so I didn't need my waders or anything. But I rented a rod and reel. I've got 3 fly rods, probably 6 reels. I was like, there's no way I'm not gonna fish this river, so I'm gonna rent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rent this stuff.
Nothing wrong with that, and that
Right?
makes sense in the situation that you're in.
Yeah. So I jammed on the river for a little bit, and by a little bit I mean all day.
By a little bit, I mean 8 hours.
At least.
Are you okay? So you're out here alone. Do you have headphones in or anything, or are you just?
Oh Lord, no, no. You
Okay,
listen to the water, man.
This is why you and Utter are hanging out because you guys are raw dogging life, where you're just
Yeah, totally raw dogging life.
no headphones ever.
Yeah.
just open ears, listening to everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, why would I listen to headphones? You know, I've got a pretty eclectic music taste.
I mean, you could
Which,
listen to an excellent podcast like What You Into, available wherever you find podcast streaming.
nice.
See that? That's a plug.
that was a nice little plug there.
But I think this goes back to our conversation earlier about like hiking and stuff, where there is that stuff where it is nice to not have headphones and stuff.
Yeah,
where
for
you're,
sure,
you're
man.
taking in nature and you're hearing it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the sounds of the world around me, and I'm just gonna take it all in. It's fun.
Very zen.
Yeah.
Okay, why the fuck are you waking up so early to go fishing? Like, why is this and I feel like this is a stereotype of fishing. Is fishing always happening early in the morning?
Is that old adage, early bird catches the worm,
Is
right?
that it?
And like even with fly fishing, like heat of the day is the best time to fish when you're fishing for trout. But I'm out that early because just wanted to be. I wanted to be standing in the water at 6 a.m. And I caught fish right around that time.
Nice.
You know, like 10 casts out, caught a fish. I was like, all right, cool.
Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I think I caught probably 6 fish that day.
That's a good day.
It was great. It was awesome. Little, 6 to 9 inch brownies, brown trout. They were fun, and when I got back in and returned my rod and reel, the guy's like, "How'd you do?" And I was like, "Pretty good." He's like, "Cool." Like it's just like a, fly fishing community is like super cool. Like people are passionate about it. We're talking about like how many false casts did you do before you got your thing, and yeah, it was awesome.
So for this adventure, you were solo. Are you normally solo when you're fishing, or
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is you time.
That's fishing is Brad time.
Okay. Has anybody ever come with you? Is there ever like significant others that come out with you, or is there like friends at all, or this is Brad time. This is me. I'm solo and I'm alone.
Fishing is Brad time. I do this by myself. I don't. People have shown interest, and I said, "Hey, if you want to come out with me, I'm going to be there." I've fished like fly fish with other people a few times, but no, it's Brad time.
Okay.
It's what I do. Like,
And then
I'm gonna chill out.
Since it is an alone time, are you? And we talked about like you're not listening to podcasts, you're not listening to music or anything like that. Like you're open eyes, open ears. Are you contemplating things at this time? Are you working through personal shit that's going on in your life, like trying to think it over, or are you shutting all that off and the only focus is just the fishing?
Focus is just fishing.
My man.
It is locked down, focusing on fishing, and I mentally turn it off. Any stressors that I have just get turned off, and yeah, it's the best.
I think that's such a value,
and I don't do it enough.
It's so valuable. It's such a valuable thing to have hobbies and things that you do where you don't think about anything else of what you're doing in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, because it does give you that time where you can just focus in and your, you know, like anxiety, depression, you know, other stuff you're dealing with just kind of goes away because you're so hyper focused on one thing. It's the only thing you can think about.
Yeah.
For me, that used to be jujitsu. Now it's this podcast, you know, honestly, because like when I'm hosting the show and we're having this conversation, I can't think of anything else but having this conversation with the person sitting across from me.
It's great.
You know? So yeah, I think that there is something really important about that when you can take your brain offline and not think about all of the other shit that's going on in the world. You're just like, I'm here. This is a singular focus, and I'm in.
Yeah, it is so important to have those, you know, releases from life, and it's great for your mental health. It's great for everything. It's just good for business, you know.
Now that you know we're talking about this, I'm thinking about like the last episode having Brian on, and Brian was talking about racing and doing the same thing, and I'm wondering like how that breaks down for people, where you decide whether either you're going to do something that's like a super high adrenaline thing, or it's something that's a very chill thing, but they both seem to accomplish that same general idea of just a singular focus.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie myself, but like I can see why. I mean, like the adrenaline, like high adrenaline thing, like that gets your heart rate going. It gets your mind, like there's no way you can think about some shit that's bothering you when you're driving 90 miles an hour around a hairpin turn.
Yeah,
like,
no.
like you're thinking about executing that turn, and that's about it.
Yeah, you have to be laser focused. You have to be
Yeah.
in time with the thing that's happening.
Yeah.
And that was the same thing like we made with jiu-jitsu, where it was like, all right, man, like I realize right now my arm's in trouble, and all I can think about is like I can't let this guy get the arm bar, and I have to like figure a way out of this and work. Like in that moment I can't be like, ugh, you know, the credit card bill, should I pay it all off this month or should I split it in two? Well, then the interest rates are going to get me. It's like, oh, no, I'm in a Kimura. Fuck.
Yeah, right.
You know?
It's also like really hard to feel sad when you're, you know, racing towards a class 5 rapid.
Yeah.
like oh man, my ex-girlfriend. Yeah. Like no.
That's true. You've never heard an emo song about rapids.
yeah. Like
My Chemical Romance or Taking Back Sunday never did a song about rafting. Oh shit. Well, okay. So let's. Is I know you're talking about flies. Like, is there bait involved? Is there live bait involved at all? Okay, so it's just a man, a fly, and a hook.
Yeah, I mean, so like what you're doing is you're taking feathers and felt and a whole slew of other things, and you're basically making them either look like a bug or like a small rodent. And you're affixing that onto a hook and giving it to fish,
Right
and have them go after it. It's absolutely an art. There are people who are really, really good at it. Mm-hmm. I am not. Like I said, I'm not one of those people. But they make these fishing hooks look like bugs, and fish eat them. And it's pretty cool.
You talked earlier about like the Joe Brooks the series that came out. Do you ever watch like YouTube videos or anything, or watch any kind of instructional videos to like improve your game?
Oh yeah, for sure. So there's a move where you're basically like you're making your line go farther and faster. It's called a double haul. It took me like 2 years to figure out how to double haul. Because, like, I'm, like, completely self-taught fly fisherman. It took me, like, 2 years how to learn how to double haul. And I was talking to my grandfather about it a couple months ago. And I was like, yeah, I double hauled it out there. Like, nailed this trout. And he's like, what the hell are you doing double hauling? You don't need to do that. And I was like, talking about these like fundamental practices with somebody who's 50 years older than me, like who's been fly fishing. You know, it was his uncle, right? So Joe Brooks was his uncle, and you know, they went fishing together, and so he's, I mean, like, this guy's like my great uncle, but you know, he's like, yeah, I remember when Joe would teach me how to do the double haul, and I didn't see any need for it, but it works. Works getting that line out there.
Nice,
I
man.
guess I'm ranting right now.
Hey, brother, I told you before we started this, rants and rabbit holes. That's what the whole that's the whole format of the show.
Yeah.
Well, okay, hey, let's do this. So you talked about, you know, getting out there in waders. You know, obviously you fished off the shore into the water. You ever fuck with boats?
I like boats.
Do you?
Boats are pretty cool.
Your answer instantly reminds me. I went. It was years ago. I went and saw the Meatmen play, and the band that opened up for them was just this punk band, and all of their intros. They had like really like straightforward intros for all their songs. I'll never forget the guy on stage was like, "This next song's about boats. Fucking love boats." And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude."
I like boats.
Yeah. So now, anytime anybody brings up boats, especially if they're like, "I like boats," I'm like, immediately that memory just floods back into my head, where I'm like,
hell yeah.
yeah, thumbs up boats. So do you ever go fishing on them?
I've been fishing on boats a couple times. So like I was saying, like, big conservationist guy when it comes to my hobby. I like fishing on boats, but oftentimes when you are fishing on boats, it's that like caveat of like you keep what you catch, and I've never in my life kept a single fish that I've caught. Thanks. Never in my life kept a fish that I've caught.
Really?
Yeah.
They've all been catch and release. They all pop back in the water.
Everything goes back in the water.
Holy shit, man!
Crabs don't count.
Is that because they're delicious?
It's because they're incredible. I've got a. I don't know. Did I show you this last time we were hanging out?
I did, but I want to see it again, man.
My crab.
That's so
crab
good.
tattoo on my arm.
Do you ever go crabbing?
Been crabbing a couple times.
I went crabbing for the first time this year with my in-laws.
Hell yeah! In Maryland?
No, we were up in the Jersey Shore.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Whereabouts?
We were near Atlantic City. We were in Ocean City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, so we were up there. And that was actually the last time I went fishing, man. Like so I grew up, like I said, out in the middle of nowhere. So I was always just fishing out of ponds. Like my my uncle had a cabin, he had a pond, and then there was also a lot of like strip mine, old coal mines near me, and they also had lakes in them, ponds. I'd go fishing those with my dad. And then as I grew older, like I ended up moving to cities, and I just kind of fell out, and I was like, oh man, I don't know where to go. Like I don't know where to fish at around here when I lived in Columbus. And then I was on vacation with my in-laws, and my brother-in-law was like, hey man, do you want to go fishing while we're here? And I was like, fuck yes, I love fishing. Let's go fishing. Where do you want to go? And he's like, well, this place like 2 towns over. They got a boat. You jump on the boat. He's like they supply the rod, they supply the reel, they supply the bait. He's like, we just got to pay. We got to tip out, and then
money.
And he's like, and then you just have to. He's like, I'm like, can we drink? He's like, oh yeah, you can bring your own beer. I'm like, perfect. You know, grab like a 30 rack of Narragansett. You know,
Oh, money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, come on. We're on the East Coast. You got to drink Gansett.
Yeah.
So grab that.
Ganny.
Yeah, grab that.
Hi, neighbor.
Yeah, hi neighbor. It's like brewed on Pride and Merit or something, or Exchange.
Yeah. Brewed on I think it's exactly that. Brewed on Pride and Merit.
Yeah, it's like I don't know who's doing your marketing, but they're doing very well. But yeah, man, we just jumped on the boat and went, and they just like take you out in the harbor and you just fish, and it's fun. Like you're out there, it's like it's 20 other people. You kind of get talking to people and shit. You're casting, and they got a first mate that runs around and helps people with the rods and reels if they need it. So
Yeah.
which was also a big help because like we had my nephew he's like 7, 8. He's with us, and some of the stuff bringing in was kind of a little much for him, so it was like good to have somebody there to help with him, and we could help him too. But
that's great.
Yeah, man, it was just a fun time. I had a blast.
Yeah, it's so much fun. East Coast, waterway fishing is super super fun. Crabbing is a great time.
It was a lot of fun. Just send it down, pull it back up. Oh, look at this little guy.
I got 3 crabs here. Mm-hmm. I was dating this girl who her parents had this house on the Chop Tank River.
I really thought you were setting me up with. I dated this girl with crabs once, but then,
she was cool.
But then you said
she did not have crabs.
All right, so reset that. So
I've caught a lot of crabs, not those types of crabs.
Doing pretty good.
So So I was dating this girl. Her parents had this house on the Chop Tank, and we would ride out on this like little John boat skiff type deal. Drop out all these like folding traps with chicken necks or dead fish in them,
Yep.
and circle back, pick them up, drop them back down. End of the day, we've got a bushel of crabs. Steam them up. Do the Maryland crab feast thing.
Why the hell do crabs love chicken so much? Because like we were crabbing with like chicken legs. I'm like, is this?
They just love stanky ass shit.
Is that their deal?
Yeah,
if it
they're
smells,
feeders.
they're on it.
Yeah, they're total bottom feeders. They're rats. Like, right? They're like the rats of the ocean, but they're so delicious.
Imagine a very delicious rat.
Yeah. Imagine, take a rat, make it delicious.
Peel some tails off it, throw some claws on it. Boom.
Yeah.
A delicacy.
As a guy who worked and lived in Baltimore for a while, I know a thing or two about rats. I also know a thing or two about crabs. Crabs are way cooler than rats.
There's a 60% chance this podcast can be called Crabs and Rats now. Probably not, but it'd be funny if it was. All right, man. Well, we've talked about fishing in ponds, lakes, streams. Have you ever fucked with ice fishing?
Sorry, I was taking a sip
That's
of
okay.
beer.
That's okay.
I've never ice fished. I want to so bad.
It looks cool, right?
It looks so much fun.
It looks like a real adventure. Like
I wanna sit in like a little hut,
cold as balls,
standing around a hole, and just get drunk as shit.
Yep.
With a little teeny tiny like 2-foot rod, just like plopped in the hole.
Just hanging like this.
Yeah.
Like the most teenest of rods. Just
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, no, totally. I mean, because that is the deal. It's like you go out, you sit in a little hut, you're just like got this little pole.
Freezing your ass off.
Sometimes they have like the little black and white TV screen where they can kind of see what's going on underneath the little sonar deal. But yeah, man.
Watch a black and white football game.
Yeah, black and white football fish.
Money.
Yeah. I don't know who started it or how it got started, but it's just such a crazy thing that happened. And it would also be so weird to me. I've never been on a frozen body of water before. Like I've never
Really?
Yeah.
You've never been ice skating.
No.
Really?
Dude, look at me. I'm built like an orc. Do you think I'm out there on skating on razors?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, maybe.
I've seen bigger men than you ice skate like well.
They're gliding.
With panache.
They're hitting triple axles.
Oh yeah.
They're tearing it up.
Yeah. Fuck around.
Yeah,
Hitting triple axles.
I think it's because I grew up growing up in Ohio where again it's like it's cold, but it never gets like really seriously cold enough here to like freeze a lake to where it's safe.
Yeah.
You know, like you'll get like a shitty, you know, like we had like a few weeks ago. It was like -25 wind chill, all that bullshit. But that's like a one-off, you know.
Dumb.
Yeah. Unlike if you're like my cousin who lives over, she lives on the line between Wisconsin and Minnesota, and it's like, you know, by November everything's done. You know, and then you can safely go out and skate and ice fish. You know, her son is like a huge hockey player. You know, he's playing indoors, outdoors, wherever he can pick it up a stick at. You know, he's out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's where I think I missed out on the skating experience, but and also the ice skating experience, which is why I would like to do it, just because it just seems it's so foreign and weird. I'm like, this would be a fun Saturday.
It's the last time I went ice skating is probably like the last time I'll ever go ice skating. But I mean, like I didn't play hockey growing up or anything, but like I've definitely ice skated before. Last time I went ice skating, I was very, very intoxicated.
This seems like the time to put on skates. Obviously, this is the moment to do it.
Let me strap some knives to my feet.
Yeah.
And ride around on some ice.
Yeah, and go very fast while doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my center bound. I'm great now.
I could barely even stand up.
I can imagine.
I woke up the next morning. It was bruises all over
Just
my
everywhere.
body.
There's purple.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's rough.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
There's a few places that have it. I know that like during like they have the skating rink down in Fountain Square, and then
I think it's still there.
Yeah, and then 50 West has one. Mm-hmm. They do that in the winter. We took my niece's nephew there and checked that out. But yeah, there's a few. But yeah, maybe someday ice fishing will occur.
I would love to do some ice fishing.
All right.
So if you ever want to go,
hell yeah, dude. All right, sick. We got ice fishing buddies.
Ice fishing, dude. Let's do it.
What do you what do you bring to drink ice fishing? Do you know, or do you think we just make it up?
So like when I think of ice fishing, I think of Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. So either like some like New Glarus beer.
We got to get New Glarus.
Yeah, so some just like a 12-pack of Spotted Cow.
You got to have the cow.
And a 30-pack of Miller High Life.
I'm thinking that too. I think we also might want to rotate in
schnapps.
Yes.
Or schnapps or brandy.
Yes, we need something warming.
Brandy I know is a big Wisconsin thing. So probably some brandy.
There we go. All right, we already got this trip half planned. All we gotta do is get an Airbnb and a snowmobile. We're set.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, while we're talking bodies of water, have you ever fished in the ocean before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
I've got an ocean rod. I haven't busted it out in a while, but yeah, just catching like sea bass and stuff. I've never like caught any sharks or anything like that, but
that's where I was leaning.
It would be pretty fun.
Have you ever thought about doing like one of those things like where you go to like Florida and you just like go out on a fishing boat and you got the big ass reel and you're pulling swordfish out and stuff?
I would love to.
That looks like a fucking blast.
It looks so much fun. Or like some like big ass tuna.
Oh yeah, like get like some like multiple 100-pound fish that you drag on the boat.
Yeah,
you get the picture with it.
Yeah, I'd probably keep one of those fish.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I mean, if you get a swordfish, it's kind of like, I gotta keep this dude.
I'd eat that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna take a couple hunks out of him and make sure we get him up on the wall. But yeah,
sashimi style.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Raw.
What about spear fishing?
I've shot a spear gun before.
Really?
Underwater.
Wait, how did this happen?
My uncle had one, and we're at his lake house, and he had this spear gun. Or no, it wasn't his lake house. Other uncle, I've got an uncle who lives in Australia.
Oh, nice.
He brought a spear gun to our family vacation one time.
Wait, was this pre or post 9/11?
This is post 9/11.
Holy shit! How the fuck do you get a spear gun in America? Off a plane?
I don't know.
I guess you got to declare it.
Yeah, checked it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you just throw it in the checked luggage bag.
that's true.
You're good.
You can still bring guns on plane. You just got to keep them down and
Yeah.
like downstairs. You can't
Yeah.
have them on you. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I mean, we were messing around with the spear gun. It was really cool. It's just like squeezing a trigger and just
Dude, like, how do you sight it? Is there iron sights on it, or how do you sight things up?
it was kind of just like point and shoot. I mean, there's not really like from what I remember, there was no like actual like sighting on it.
So it's just kind of like a handgun where like you just kind of hold it out and you got
Like a sawed off shotgun.
Yeah.
You're just like pointing and shooting. Yeah. And you hope you go through the fish.
Dude, it's so wild that those things are actually accurate at all. Because again,
know.
you're fucking with a whole different thing when you're firing something underwater.
Well, yeah. I mean, like so there's spear fishing, and then there's bow fishing.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm unaware of the sport of bow fishing.
So bow fishing. One of my cousin's husband is pretty efficient in bow fishing, and he's got this whole reel that he hooks on the set of his bow, and he'll sit there with his compound bow, waiting for fish to roll by. And he go, "Doom." Let go of this arrow, goes right through this fish,
Dude.
and it's so cool.
Dude, what?
It's so cool.
Okay, how do you retrieve it? Does the fish float to the top?
Well, no.
It's got a reel.
It's got a reel on it.
Dude, he's
And
thought of
like-
everything.
So like on the end of your bow, you have a reel, and so you're reeling in this fish. It's about the size of a fly reel.
Dude,
It's pretty freaking cool.
my man's out here doing Hawkeyes from Avengers shit. Just
Yeah, like-
nailing stuff, reeling it in.
Thump.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
All right, one last ocean question. Would you jump in a shark cage?
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow. like I would do that shit tomorrow. Like
You want to be up close and personal.
I am only scared of spiders. That's it.
Oh man, that's
I'm not scared of anything else. Spiders. That's it.
I feel like you get one or the other. I feel like you're scared of snakes or you're scared of spiders. I'm a no snakes guy. I can fuck with spiders all day long. So yeah, see, it's one or the other for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while you meet somebody who's cool with both, and I'm just like, how did you get through the Matrix?
Psychopath.
Yeah, I know, right?
Psychopath.
One of an episode I did a while ago, my buddy Max Mullern came on, and he collects multiple reptiles, multiple spiders, multiple shrimp, and scorpions. And so everywhere he lives, he has to have he has to always have a 2-bedroom apartment because the second bedroom is the zoo.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah.
I've been like watching this dude on Instagram. He's got these mantis shrimp. Mm-hmm. Have you seen these things?
No, what are these guys?
So these mantis shrimp, they have like these like little paws, and to attack their prey, they punch them. And their punches are so fast. Their punches are like faster than a gunshot.
These little like Manny Pacquiao shrimp out here, just going
Like,
around
they're
busting
just
people
like,
up.
Bah! Just like knocking out other shrimp, eating them alive. Like,
What the
just,
hell,
bah!
man?
Knocking them out.
All right, man. We're talking creepy crawlies and things that little unsettling. All right, so your spiders are a no-go, but that's it.
That's it.
Would you fish in a swamp?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, no. Hard no.
No?
Fuck no. No, dude. Dude, you know what's in swamps? Scary stuff.
Gators.
Gators, Burmese pythons.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to fuck the Everglades, dudes. That's my nightmare scenario. Like if I was one of those people that like a airplane crash land in the Everglades, I'd be like, well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm not getting off the plane. Like I'm just gonna be here.
Yeah.
Like this is
where I live.
this is where I live now. I'm swamp man. Like I'm not venturing out. But you're like, yeah, throw me on like one of those crazy ass propeller boats with a fucking gigantic fan on the back and let me rip. Let's go fishing.
Perfect. That sounds really fun. Actually, yeah, it sounds like a blast.
I'll be honest, the boat part does sound pretty fun.
Yeah, and boats are cool.
Do people fish in swamps? Is that a thing?
I mean,
there's
I'm
got to
sure
be
there's-
fish out there, right?
Yeah, I mean, and they're all big ass fish.
Yeah, they got to be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, to survive in that environment.
You ever like watch that show River Monsters?
No, what's going on with river monsters?
River Monsters is that it was a show on like the Discovery Channel or something like that, and this dude would catch these massive, enormous fish and like literal monsters like these fish are like taking out people.
Dude,
Yeah.
just super huge,
Yeah.
man-eating fish.
Massive, like big ass fish that are just like old wives' tales. I've been like told about these types of fish, and there's this dude out there. I forget his name off the top of my head, but he's like out there like catching them.
He's like Fish Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's hunting these.
Fish dog.
Yeah, Fish Dog. He's just out there hunting down these monster fish and taking them off the list,
Hell yeah,
dude. All right, this guy's pretty cool.
Yeah, the guy's badass. I totally am blanking on his name, but
Whoever this dude is definitely cleans up at boat and RV shows. Like if you have a boat and RV show, you pay this guy to come sign autographs. People get the picture taken with him.
yeah, that definitely that type of guy.
There-
Celebrity fisherman.
I know there is a ton of money in that in like the Comic-Con world and the horror con world. I wonder how that translates to other stuff like boat and RV shows where they had people show up there like race people. Like if they have the same kind of pull as that or not, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they're just like, it's like, Orange County Chopper.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like those dudes will just like show up and people like want to take pictures of them.
Dude, okay, let's start that con. Let's start fucking a reality TV con, and
Yeah,
like
hell
we'll,
yeah.
we'll just like get those dudes and the guys from Pawn Stars and the
Perfect.
yeah, we'll scoop up the people that buy the storage lockers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
There's
Multiple seasons of those. We'll just start that as like a Comic-Con type thing where you pay money, come in, get your picture taken with these dudes. They can sign shit for you. You can have the guys from Pawn Stars appraise shit. Yeah.
yeah. Easy.
Yeah, you can get
Easy.
You can get HPV from the guy from West Coast Choppers. Like, there's a whole, it's a great time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right, cool. All right, well, I'm glad we got our retirement figured out now.
Yeah, it's easier. It's easy now.
Yeah.
Like we've totally got to figure it out.
Yeah, fuck 401ks. We got
Yeah.
this.
Who needs a 401k?
Yeah, losers. Well, okay, so you said, so speaking of like the TV world, do you ever watch competitive fishing? Do you ever like sit down and watch on ESPN or anything?
No, like I mean, like I said, man, like fishing for me is it's like kind of like my zen area where like I don't want to think about anything, and I think like competitive fishing, while it is like super cool that people are making money catching fish, to me it's that's not something I'm into.
Is fishing a sport?
Fishing, yeah, fishing is a sport.
The reason I asked, because the way you were answering that last question was kind of going down like the road of, it reminded me when I had the episode with Ryan 500 on with oh shit, why am I blanking on my dude's name right now? Destroyed Wood on Chris Rice, and it was an episode about skateboarding.
Yeah.
And we had that conversation of, is skateboarding a sport? And were they and they were more on the version of like, no, it's an art. And so I kind of wonder like how you see fishing, like if you, like, because you're not on the competitive end of it. So do you view it as a sport then, even though you're not competing in it, as a very competitive person yourself?
Fishing is just something that I do,
Okay.
right? Like I don't think of it as a sport for me personally, but people are doing it competitively and therefore makes it a sport, I guess, right? So like I don't care what you do in your free time. If you want to call it sport, call it a sport. You know, like skateboarding. Like I skateboarded when I was a kid, and uh, still love like the culture and everything about that now. I see where your friend is saying that it's an art. It's absolutely an art. I think it's pretty impressive, you know, what these people are doing with their skateboards. But I I I don't designate fishing other than like something that I just like to do.
I think it's a cool way to look at it, where it's like you're open to the idea where you're like, look, man, if you want to do a competitive side to this, you can. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, and it can just be your thing where you chill and you hang. Because I think that like sometimes unless I think like unless like your focus is your hobby turns competitive, where it's like you do want to compete and be the best at something. I could think about seeing that through like watching my wife's like roller derby team, and the way some of those people get really hyper fixated on like this is competition, and then they pour their entire life into that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, man, it's like, is this fun for you, or is this stress inducing because of like all the pressure that you're putting on this to be at a competitive level and to go win tournaments and do stuff like that? And if you don't, how does that feel?
Yeah, right.
You know, and then there's other people where it's like, no, man, I'm just doing this because I want to have fun, and like, you know, I'd like to play pickup games and be on the B team, and it's totally chill. And yeah, I think that there's a lot of sports slash hobbies that get into that world of like it depends on how serious you want to take it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And like, you know, sport fishing I think is cool. It's cool to see, you know, like there's the White Marlin Open every year. And you know, it's a competition to see who can pull in the biggest marlin. And you know, there are massive celebrities that do it, and like Michael Jordan competes in the White Marlin Open every year. Like,
Of course, Michael Jordan is competing in this, and of course,
yeah,
Michael Jordan's betting on the side.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. like you know, people take sport fishing, you know, very seriously, and I think that's pretty rad. I don't. You know, like as I've grown older, you know, even as like a super competitive person, as I've grown older, I've like, you know, just like taken a step back away from like, is it worth competing over this, right? So like with fishing, it's a place where I find my zen, and there's no need to bring competition to it. So I would probably never get into sport fishing, just because I think it would muddy the waters.
I feel you on that, and I think that that's a healthy way to approach something that makes you happy. That's the
Yeah,
same way I am with this podcast, where I'm not competitive over this. I'm competitive at doing art stuff. Like I'm very competitive in terms of like if I'm getting commissions, who I'm doing stuff
sure.
with. You know, if I'm in a show with people, like, why is my thing not selling? My thing should be selling, and
Yeah,
I want my thing to sell. You know, and competing for opportunities to do various things in those spaces. And so, you know, already having that, I'm like, I don't want to put that kind of pressure on this podcast,
yeah,
where I'm
right.
just like, I'm going to have a conversation in my basement. I'll look at my stats. If they go up, I don't care. Like, I'm doing this because it makes me happy and
Yeah.
I get to meet a bunch of cool people. For
This is
example,
fun.
if I didn't have this podcast,
This is fun.
we would not be having this conversation.
Yeah.
I never would have met you and
Yeah.
we'd be friends, you know?
Yeah.
So
This
that's
is
the payoff.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Like I love doing stuff like this. It's a great time.
It was again going back to Brian last week. Like we got off mic and he's like, that is the most I've ever talked about racing ever. And I was like, yeah. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
right?
had a lot of questions. I'm like, I want to learn some stuff. And
Yeah.
he's like, that was really fun and cool, you know, because like most of the time you don't get a chance to nerd out about the thing that you love to do.
Yeah,
and,
right.
And then you got, you know, a big lunk like me over here. Like, tell me all about it. Like, teach me something.
It's great.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Love it.
So I'm with you, man. I'm definitely down with the idea of like, if you want to be competitive in something, you can be, but also find something that just makes you happy and you can kind of
Yeah,
chill on.
right. Just relax. Everybody just needs to relax.
Breathe, America. Well, look,
Yeah,
was there
it's my official statement on the night.
breathe. Take a minute. There you go. Hey man, was there anything we didn't talk about tonight you wanted to talk about?
Nah, I mean, like I think I'm good. Drink high grain beer. If you're interested in brewing, go to school at Cincinnati State. Have me as your teacher. It'll be really chill. It'll be really fun. If you're fishing and you're not looking to eat that fish, use a barbless hook. And go out and catch a fish every now and then. You know, it's fun.
Hell yeah.
Put them back. You know, let them enjoy their lives. But like, you know, fishing is a really great way to get one with nature and find your zen, find your peace. Hang out in the woods for a while. You know, I mean that's why I do it, because I get to hang out in the woods for a while. It's awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got.
Solid advice across the board, man. I think you're putting some stuff out there. It's like, yeah, no, this is a good thing to do.
Yeah,
Like 100%.
yeah, it's fun
And it helps makes everything better. Well, okay.
and it's harmless.
It is harmless and it's a good time.
Yeah,
And you get away from all this crazy shit outside for a while.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, hey, final question for you. So, what's the future, man? Like, is there a certain place where you want to go fishing at? Is there an international spot that you want to hit? Do you have, like, are you trying to fish in every state? Like, what's some of the stuff you want to do next?
Bucket list fishing spots. If it kind of seemed like that's what you're going after, I'd love to fish in Alaska. Love to fly fish for some salmon out there, and Patagonia as well. Just like two like beautiful areas of the world where the rivers are running and there's great fish to be caught there. So, one of these days I'll make it out there.
Yeah. Would you camp? Would you or would you like, okay, you're like, I'm gonna stay on site. I'm getting up. I'm going. I'm in. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be, bare bones camping out wherever I go. But yeah, it would be super super fun to do all that stuff.
That'd be awesome. So, and then is there any kind of goal, or not goal, but like, if you could buy any rod you wanted, like if money was not an object, if you could have like a certain rod or a certain fly, is there anything that you would want to use?
I've got like this Orvis Clearwater 5-weight, and that's the rod that I use. I think it's a great rod. I'm sure there's nicer and fancier rods out there, but I'm pretty happy with what I got.
How'd you decide to go with it? Like, what was the thing that you were like, this is the one?
It was I just, researched a lot about it. It was a Christmas gift
Nice.
from my dad, and it was is the rod he gave me, and it works well. I've caught a lot of fish on it,
Super cool.
and and I have fun with it. So I don't get too into the material and the best of the best stuff. If I've got something and it works, then it works, and I'm pretty cool with that.
Yeah, I think that's another interesting part of hobby stuff where it's like there's a certain level to where you can level up where what you're paying for makes a difference, but then there's also a certain part where you're just like, this needs to fit me and it needs to work for me. And this might not work for everyone, but if it works for me, it's all that matters.
Yeah, and like, it's so easy to like, I mean, like I'm the type of guy to like, gets a new hobby and I'll dump a shit ton of money into it and never use any of that stuff again. Fishing is like one of the few where I've not been that way. I do not have the same attitude towards fishing. Just because like fishing's for everybody, you know. It's like beer. Like beer's for everybody. Like there's a reason why I like drinking $3 beers because they're easy, they're accessible, and they're good. The rod that I have is easy, accessible, and it's good. So that's kind of how I feel on things that I'm like, I guess, super passionate about. And then I'll have like these like hyper like fixations with these new hobbies, and I'll spend a bunch of money on them, but I'll never use that stuff again, right? I think we can all relate to that.
Hell yeah, dude. I like the fact that you have this balance where like the thing that you do for work makes you happy and the thing that you do for fun makes you happy, and they have a lot of crossover appeal in what they are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If I guess if you like break it down, like I just broke it down,
Yeah.
they do for sure.
And I think you just discovered why beer and fishing goes together.
Hey, I'll drink to that.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, look, man. Again, Brad, man, thank you so much for coming on the show. Anything you want to shout out at the end, or can you give your social media again and just let people know where they can find you at?
Yeah, it's bread_Brooks. That's my personal handle. You can also find me at High Grain Brewing at highgrainbrewing.com. And like I said before, I'm a teacher at Cincinnati State, which is at cincinnatistatebrewing.com.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's me.
Hell yeah. Listener, you can find me at neiltoknoone.com is the website. At neiltoknoone is where you can find me on Instagram. And then I appreciate everybody that's supporting the show. Shout out to all the people that have been showing love for the 100th episode dropping the other day. Actually, we're recording tonight. We're recording Monday night. Dropped episode 100 yesterday on Sunday, but started advertising it today. Thank you for all the feedback and love that came in on it. I really appreciate it. And thank you for listening to the show. If you want to give the show 5-star review, that's awesome. But what really helps is if you just share the show with people that are your friends. So if you know somebody who's doing the fishing, be like, hey, check out this episode. It's really cool. Just copy the link, send it to them, and share it with them. I appreciate it. All right, man. Brad, thank you so much for coming in. I had a blast tonight. Thank you.
I had such a great time. Final words are drink more Pilsner and go catch some trout.
Perfect. Peace.
See you.